This video tutorial is for area chairs of the Southwest Texas Popular Culture and American Culture Association. In this tutorial, we will show you how to use the database for proposal submissions, to accept proposals, to create panels, etc. And there are a few changes for 2013 as we continue to refine the database system. First, new and returning users must create a new account. We have erased the information from users from years past in order to help the system run more effectively and efficiently. That being said, all area chairs do have an account that has already been created using your name and the email address affiliated with your specific area's call for papers. You should have received an email address with a link to log into this account. If you have not, please contact Kelly Shapiro, the area chair coordinator, at swtxpca.shapiro@yahoo.com. Presenters may only submit one proposal in the database. Given the size of the conference, each individual is only allowed to present one paper at the conference, and to help avoid confusion, this year we have limited submissions to only one submission per person. In years past, area chairs have been able to submit on behalf of presenters, and that will no longer be the case. I'll return to that in a moment. But the other consequence of this is that once you receive a submission, if you do not accept it, you will need to delete it from the database so that the presenter may either revise and resubmit or submit a proposal to a different area if he or she wishes to do so. Now, area chairs can also only submit one proposal, which means that you will not be able to submit proposals on behalf of presenters. Again, this is to help avoid confusion over multiple submissions for the same individual. Second, if you wish to schedule a special event, that will be coordinated through either Linnea Chapman King at linneaking@hotmail.com or Ken Dvorak at kdvorak@gmail.com. Please email either Linnea or Ken with information and requests for scheduling special events. Also, we're asking area chairs to review proposal submissions within 1 week of their submission. This is to allow individuals who have submitted to have speedy response time and make appropriate arrangements. Some presenters need as much time as possible to apply for travel funding through their institution, or for example, individuals who are traveling internationally need as much time as possible to make those arrangements. As you are reviewing proposals, any proposals that you accept, please edit the proposal for consistency of formatting in the title and other things along those lines. And I'll show you how to do that and explain about it more shortly in this video. All individual presenters should plan on no more than 15 minutes for their presentation time. In years past, we have said if it was a 3-person panel, that panelists should plan on 20 minutes. However, there are various scenarios in which those arrangements can change, sometimes at the last minute. So to avoid confusion and running out of time, and to allow time for Q&A in each session, we are advising all presenters to plan on no more than 15 minutes per presentation. And please keep in mind, of course, that that time includes any visual aids, clips, PowerPoints, etc. Please remind graduate student presenters about the Graduate Student Awards. There are several awards, and very excitingly this year, the prize money has raised to $300 per award. All presentation submissions for Graduate Student Awards are due January 1st. Only one application per person, and what this means is that each graduate student may only apply to one award area. They may not apply to multiple graduate student awards. Also, please inform graduate students that they may apply to an award area outside of their area of presentation. Now, obviously, if there is an award attached to their area of presentation, that is the best option. However, not all areas have an award attached to them, and there may be an award that is a good fit for a specific presentation. In that case, the graduate student should feel free to apply to that award outside of their area. Now we are going to visit the database website at conference2013.swtxpca.org, and I will give you a quick walkthrough on how to edit a presentation title, how to add a presentation to a session, how to delete a presentation that you have rejected, anything along those lines. Once you log into the database, you will see the main navigation menu on the left-hand side of the page. As you can see currently, the What Would You Like to Do area of that menu is displaying twice. This is an issue that we are aware of, and our contact at the database is working on resolving it. Underneath that, you will see a section labeled Your Areas, and underneath that heading will be a link to any areas of which you are the area chair. So we're going to click on this first one here, which I know has some sample presentations, to see about the various options at this point. When you are looking at the page then for a specific area, in the middle section you will see presentations for your review, and underneath that will be a listing with titles, who presented it, what their affiliation is, and their email address, and when it was submitted. That tells you how long it has been in the system and awaiting review. Please remember that we would like area chairs to review papers within 1 week of their submission. To see the specifics of a paper, click on the title, and you will see that it will have the title, then it will have the text of the proposal, a paper. It tells you that it's a paper as opposed to a film screening or a round table, something like that. The topic area and the presenter's name, and you can click here for the presenter's full information. See, it tells you then the name of the presenter, first name, last name, affiliation, email address, etc. If we return to the presentation itself, or the proposal itself, you will see here that the title displays correctly. In some spots of the system currently, ampersands are displaying incorrectly, as it does up here, where it displays as an ampersand the letters AMP and a semicolon. That is another issue that we are aware of and is being worked on currently. What you also have is attachments if there has been something attached, and it could be the proposal text itself, it could be a CV, depending on the specific requirements of your area. At the very bottom, you will then see two options. You may approve the presentation or reject the presentation. When you click on either option, an automatic email is generated to the presenter or the submitter notifying him or her of your decision. If we approve the presentation, it then goes below presentations for review on the main page for that area. It goes down to approved to be added to a session. At this point, after you have presentations approved, when you're ready to put them in sessions, what you will do is click Add New Session, fill in the title of the session, who the session chair will be, a description, and down here you will search using the magnifying glass for available presentations to be added. Since there's only one waiting to be added right now, there's only one option. You can click on it and it will automatically select it, and then you will go down here and click Save. Now I'm going to cancel out of this one right now because I want to show you another option, which is adding a presentation to an existing panel. So sessions that you've already created, panels that you've already created, you can click over here on the title, and then at the top you'll see 3 tabs: View, Edit, and Develop. Ignore the Develop for now. That's something that is not going to be have useful options for us at this juncture. So View lets you see everyone who's involved in the particular paper or submission. Edit then allows you, if you need to edit anything, change the session chair, something like that. Or you can go down here and add a second, third, fourth presenter. So we'll do that and then save. And now you can see that there are 2 presentations listed here. And if there were 2 presenters, they would show up here. There would be a 2 underneath this with the name of the second presenter. Once you have finished that, we return to the main page and we see that now we have presentation for review and nothing yet approved, or approved and waiting to be added to a session. Now I'm going to go in and remove this presenter from, oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm going to go into the session and remove that second presenter so that I can show you how to reject a presentation. So you just delete it if you need to remove it, or if you're going to reconfigure your panels after you've created them. And we will go back to the main page. And I can always go into it after I have approved it, and I can change that to reject. Or you can always go down and view presentations if you accidentally reject something and you meant to accept it. You may view presentations that have been rejected, click on a presentation, scroll down, and change it to approve. Although, do keep in mind that when you do that, you generate an email each time you click on one of those. So you may receive questions from a presenter if you accidentally click on the wrong thing and then change it. That will cause some confusion because the presenter will have received 2 different emails. The other thing we need to talk about is that for presentations that you have rejected, and I'm sorry, I've moved that into the approved column, so I need to move it back. For presentations that you have rejected, you do need to go in after you reject them and go into the edit for the presentation and delete it from the system. This is because each presenter is only allowed to have 1 submission in the database active at a time. And even though it's been rejected, it is still an active presentation. So by deleting it, it removes it from the system altogether, and that means that the person who originally submitted it may revise and resubmit if you've indicated to them that that is something you are open to entertaining a revised version of their presentation, or if they wish to submit to a separate area, they will need to have their first submission deleted from the system so that they may submit a second submission. And of course, if you've accepted it, you should not delete it, and a individual who has been accepted in an area may only present the 1 time at the conference. One other thing we would ask you to do as area chairs is to edit the submissions, titles, and perhaps any information provided by the presenter for consistency's sake. Because the titles appear in the program as well as the presenter's name and affiliation, we would like all of that to be consistently formatted, and that means we need your help. So when you are reviewing, if you see, for example, that the title is not consistently formatted, and by that I mean that we would like all titles to use title style capitalization. So the first word after a colon, all proper nouns, and all major word types, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, etc. Those should all be capitalized instead of just maybe the first word and any proper nouns, as is the style in some disciplines. But we are asking for the purposes of our program that all major word types be capitalized. And you can do that by clicking on edit, and then you will be able to edit the title here. If you say, oh, see, that's right, but receive should be capitalized, as should notification and email. All of those words, if they need to be capitalized, edit that as necessary for formatting consistency, and scroll down and click save, and those changes will be saved. If you have any questions using the database or run into any problems, please contact Ken Dvorak at kdvorak@gmail.com or the phone number on screen with your questions or problems with the database. Thank you.